Hi, my name is Isaac Wallner. I play the violin, and I'm 15 years old. The next song we're going to be playing is Concerto Grosso, Opus 6, Number 7, Allegro, by Arcangelo Corelli. Arcangelo Corelli lived from 1653 to 1713, and with his refinement and development of harmony set the harmonic language we know today. As such, he predates almost all of the famous composers we would recognize: Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, Handel, Tchaikovsky, Schubert, and others. He also developed the form known as the Concerto Grosso, or large solo. As presented here, the solo part has been absorbed into the main orchestra parts, but this piece is otherwise an excellent sample of this form and style of music.
Hello, my name is Aubrey, and I play the violin. And the next song we're going to be playing is Menuetto by Giovanni Bolzoni. Although Bolzoni came much later than the classical composers Haydn, Mozart, and Beethoven and Schubert, his music is very much in their style, light and elegant and cheerful. As such, this short piece is often used as an encore piece for orchestras around the world. An extra for us has been that the arranger of this work, Johannes Dietrich, was with us several weeks ago to do a master class and gave us wonderful insights and tips on how to play this style of music more effectively.
This is only some of the students. Actually, there are about 70 of them, and this is just the oldest group. They're split into 3 groups, and the other 2 will be playing tonight, but we just brought you the creme de la creme. Is that okay? Okay. But there are some songs we're going to be doing here. The older students always join the younger ones on the younger ones' songs. So there are a couple of the younger songs we're going to be doing today. So you have to put up with me for an announcer for some of these. The next one is by Mozart. It's from one of his late symphonies. If you know, are there any music teachers in the room? There was one last time we were here, I think. Okay, yeah. But Mozart, he wrote about 41 symphonies, depending on how you count and who you talk to. It's one of those things, you know, there's an argument about everything, but 41. And the last 4 or 5 are really considered to be the apex of his work. And they just have an incredible refinement that the younger ones do too, but not like the later ones do. And this is the 3rd movement from the 39th Symphony. Very light, very elegant style was what Mozart was known for. Also his contemporaries, Haydn. Most of Beethoven, although Beethoven outlived Mozart considerably and began moving into what we call the classical style proper, or the little bit toward the romantic style. I mean, this was classical. Schubert also would have been like Mozart, or like Beethoven, people mixed up. Very much that elegant style, okay? You may notice that people, the players are going to start bouncing their bows rather than just playing back and forth. It's a technique called spiccato. It gives a very light sound as they're playing, and an elegance to the music that is characteristic of that period. So Mozart's 39th Symphony, the Menuet movement.
Hello, my name is Jason Fisher. I'm 16 years old and I play the cello. The next piece we're going to perform for you is the first movement from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's 38th Symphony. Another selection from one of Mozart's final symphonies, this is a supreme example of Mozart's compositional skill and is nicknamed Prague on the occasion of his first visit to that city, where he had a devoted following. In addition to its elegance and grace, it skillfully interweaves various parts, playfully going back and forth, as they seemingly chase each other among 6 melodic themes. Clearly, this is the most difficult selection on today's program. We hope you enjoy the beauty of this work.
My name is Janice Siemens. I'm 19 years old and I play the violin. The next song we will be performing is called The Last Spring from two Elegiac Melodies by E.Grieg. A staple of the classical orchestral repertoire, Last Spring is the second of Grieg's beautiful elegiac melodies. Like many of his works, they are short but very melodic, flowing and lyrical, in this case evoking the serenity of a calm spring morning. The elegiac melodies were originally written for piano, but the composer himself rescored them for the string orchestra. We will be doing the full unarranged version as the composer scored it, but with its less common division of the orchestra into 8 rather than the usual 5 parts.
hopefully that one changed the pace a little bit. I think all of the rest of what we have are hymns, yes, of one sort or another, that we have for you this afternoon. Got to keep my time of day straight. And the next one is, here in our music, it's titled English Folk Song, but most of you would recognize it as the hymn, I believe, of I Heard the Voice of Jesus Say, Come unto me and rest. So we're presenting it for basis of its beautiful music only. So we hope you enjoy it.
Hi everybody, my name is Aaliyah Good. I am 14 years old and I play the viola. The next song we have for you is O Love That Will Not Let Me Go. It was composed by Albert Peace. Over 100 years ago, a young George Matheson was doing very well. He was very successful in school and college, and it looked like he would become one of the best preachers in the land. And he was also engaged to be married. He felt he needed to tell his fiancée about his failing eyesight, which doctors had repeatedly tried to reverse. Upon hearing this, she said she couldn't be married to a man that was blind, and left him. He did go blind, and a sister cared for him for over 20 years, until she wanted to get married. The evening before her wedding, with the pending loss of his caregiver, he penned these words as his testimony of God's faithfulness. O love that will not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths its flow may richer, fuller be. O light that follows all my way, I yield my flickering torch to thee. My heart restores its borrowed ray, that in thy sunshine's blaze its day may brighter, fairer be. O joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain, and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be. O cross that liftest up my head, I dare not ask to fly from thee. I lay in dust, life's glory dead, and from the ground there blossoms red, life that shall endless be. I really enjoy the words to this song, pretty much because it just says that God's never going to let us go, and we can always look for his love whenever we need it.
And all God's people said,
Hello, my name is Natalie Martin. I am 12 years old and play the violin. The song we'll be playing for you today is Beneath the Cross of Jesus by Frederick Maker. This song speaks of what Jesus has done for us, not just in dying for us, but in living a holy life and wanting to walk with us through life. The song also challenges us to take our stand with Jesus. We cannot take his place in providing the redemption that he gives, but will we hang on the cross, as it were, with him to share in his sufferings and in turn give a share his life with others? Will we take up our stand beneath the cross of Jesus to hold the two wonders and confess the wonders of redeeming love and of my unworthiness? As we take his cross, then we will know the shadow of his cross for our abiding place, to be content to let the world's hours go by with our only glory, all the cross.
Hi, my name is Sarah Schwartzentruber. I'm 13 years old and I play the viola. The next song we're going to be playing is Great Is Thy Faithfulness by William Runyon. Our next selection for this section of the program speaks of God's provision for each of us and is one of the most famous hymns of modern times. Towards the end of his life, the lyricist Thomas Chisholm explained that though his income had never been large and his health had been impaired, he wanted to record the unfailing faithfulness of a covenant-keeping God and of God's many wonderful displays of care, for which he was filled with gratefulness. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thy forever wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Thank you. We have one more yet, and we hope that this has been a blessing for you, especially these last couple, and this last one as well. And with this crowd, I don't think it needs any introduction. It's a song, the hymn, "It Is Well With My Soul."